Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunities for me to share my experience as one of the participants in ALI, or Active Learning Institute, managed by CETL. So I was grateful to be chosen as one of the participants in this program last semester because actually what we know so far about the student-centered learning is more than that, because we actually as a lecturer is required to make sure that the students also be involved actively in class through our activities that we need to plan and design for them. So my journey, I'm going to share my journey into these three parts. The first one is the preparation for this program, start with the workshop, and after that the implementation itself, and after that the review from my side. Okay. The first thing is about preparation. So when I was invited to be one of the participants is in the beginning of January, if I'm not wrong, in 2026. So we are invited to this workshop called Active Learning Workshop, managed by CETL. This is me and Pak Patrick at that time. Yeah, we attend this half-day workshop, and it is very useful workshop. It is very fruitful discussion about how to manage the class, not just what is the meaning of active learning, the strategy or the principle, but it's very hands-on about the tools that we can use, the assessment that we can give to the students. So this half-day workshop is very helpful at that time. So the next thing is further discussion, is one-on-one discussion, me with the M.Acc at that time, the head of CETL. She asked about what subject that I want to choose to be implemented for this ALI. So I choose the class is auditing 2, one of my 4 classes at that semester, and the topic I choose about audit of acquisition and payment cycle, which is in the week 6. Yeah. So this is what CETL asked, because they also plan to observe my class with that schedule. So when they know that I'm going to implement that in the week 6, so they will be ready also to observe that class. And the next thing is redesigning my lesson plan. So this is very important. So previously maybe I have not that, it's quite simple lesson plan. It's mostly about lecturing and then give the question or maybe the class discussion. But when I did the lesson plan, redesigning this lesson plan, it's quite tough. Maybe, yeah, because I need to really put more activities, what kind of activities that are related to this topic. And also for the timing, we know that it's 75 minutes class, and how to manage those kind of activities to be compact to that 75 minutes. And it also has a quite intensive discussion also with CETL. So they asked for my preparation, and after that I informed them about the updates of my lesson plan that's been redesigned before the implementation itself. So after ready, in the week 6 is the implementation. It starts with pre-class. So I just follow the canvas. Our LMS is very good, so I just follow the flow. So it starts with the pre-class. So the first thing, of course, the students need to need to know what are the learning objectives for the class before that. So I asked them to understand what are the learning objectives through the canvas, and after that I also give the videos, yeah, the YouTube videos about the topic about audit of acquisition payment cycle with the question. Because when I didn't give the question, so the student will not reply, and I don't know whether they respond or watch the videos or not. So the preparation may not be that well if they don't respond to the question. So I give video with question. So it's something like this, It's about understanding the acquisition payment cycle, and I ask some questions to them, and I got the response before the class. So before the class, I make sure that the students also prepare for the class. Another activities for the pre-class is the first one is brief the reading material. So it's kind of has effort also, since we know we got the topics from the book, right? From the book chapter, from the publisher. And the slide is sometimes about 40 or 50 slides. So when I ask them to read the pre-class, it's impossible to have them read the 50 slides before the class. They will not read it. So I summarize, or I choose the slides that is important. So it is reduced to like half of it, about 20 something, the important slide, as a brief reading for them. Yeah. So they don't have to read all the 50 full slide. And then also I give the multiple choice questions even before the class. Only 5 questions, not that much. So just to make sure that if they read the material, they should be able to answer the questions. So it's only for 5 questions through the canvas, also through the quiz, multiple choice question. In that case, you can easily read the score. Yeah. So this is the question. I only put like the 2 questions here, but it is related to the topic about the auditing the payment cycle. Okay. So this is what I did before the class. So basically, when I start the class in the week 6, I already received this input from the students. Yeah. Okay. Now in class activities.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Pre-class. Number 2 video. Number 4 multiple choice. Are those graded or not?
It's not graded. For the first one, for the videos, but I can see which student reply to the video and not all. But for multiple choice question, yes, almost all the students answer the multiple choice questions.
How for you to get their attention if it's not graded? Because in my experience, when I dealt with them, if I said to them that it's not graded, they won't do the work.
I didn't tell them that it is not graded, but before the class, before the week 6, let's in the week 5, I told them that next week will be the active learning. So there are some pre-class that you should activities that you should do. So make sure that you did that before the class, or otherwise you cannot follow up, or you cannot understand the full activities in class. So that's what I told them. So I know that I don't have expectation, because actually in our canvas, if we know that the CETL format is already have the pre-class, right? But sometimes I don't know whether students open or even pay attention to them. So I like force them to pay attention to give this question after watching video and give the multiple choice. So it is only 5 questions, so it's not very hard for them. Okay, for in class. In class, I just start with the review of my pre-class situation. So I review the video, and I know some students reply, or some students doesn't reply or doesn't respond to my video questions, and also the multiple choice question, which most of them, I don't say all of them, most of them already replied, and I appreciate their preparation before the class. And the next thing is about lecture presentation. So this is important, because what I did previously, before that, my lesson plan is mostly about presentation, took about 20 minutes, yeah, maybe longer, I don't know, because we have like 50 slides, and we know that undergraduate students, like we want to explain more to them. So in this active learning, since it is limited to 75 minutes, so I only give like only 10 minutes presentation, and I think it's enough as long as they have read the material before. So in this 10 minutes, so I just give the example here. I just even very limited slide that I think I have to tell them. So let's say for the brief reading, so I just maybe only 5 slides in this lecture presentation. So for example here, this is the slide that I explain more about the auditor's concern in auditing the acquisition cycle. Is about understatement the liability. So I explain quite detailed about this slide. So we don't have to explain all the slides, because we need to put more effort to students' activities, not to our activities as lecturer, because it's a student center, right? Okay. And the next thing I ask for the discussion. This is the discussion question that I give to them. Only 3 questions, but it is open for anyone who can answer. So only for 3 questions, so only put like 5 minutes. Okay, and after that, another in-class class. This is the spend quite time, yeah, because I give the role play here. The role play is, there are 2 role play. I assume them to be a real auditor. So you're not students today, so you are the real auditor. So you need to go with pair, not in group, because I have a small class. Yeah, and that day, only 6 students coming from 7. So if put that in group, it's 2 very limited group. So I put them in pair. So only 3 groups, because for 2 students. So in this role play, I ask them to, so you are the auditor. You are auditing this company. So this is the situation. So please do this. What are the audit objectives? What are the audit procedure? And what are the evidence that you need to collect? So pretend that you are the real auditor with your friends. Okay, and after that, they present one by one. And the other group will respond to this answer. And another role play here is as an audit detective. So in this case, both students, they have to have a role play. One of them is the risk analyst and one is the auditor. So they have to like the role play like questioning each other. What are they? Like auditor asking for the evidence, and the analyst is providing the answer, something like that. Because that's in a real situation of becoming auditor, you have to meet the client, and auditor will ask many questions, and client will provide the evidence, so something like that. And this is as a risk analyst, so they have what are the control, what are the weakness, what are the risks, and what are the tests of control that auditor should perform. So something like this, and it spent almost 1/3 of the time, so 25 minutes of the time for the in-class. And it is not yet finished, because after that in class, I also give, after that, question So this question is related to each group. So they are now in groups, so I give like the question, something like this. Mention several reasons why it is not common to confirm accounts payable, not as a account receivable. So they can answer this question by just raising the question, to answer the question. So it's only for 5 minutes. And after that, there is a case study. Again, it's also in group. Yeah. The case study is also simple because I don't want to spend more time for them to answer this question. And at the end, I give them game. I use Playground, one of the tools that being taught by CETL. At that time, we have training for Playground, and it is for the 10 minutes question, then multiple choice question. And this is for personal, not for group. So it's not just they have to do it right, but they have to do it fast. So we got the winner at that time. So that's basically what I did in the 75 minutes. And before I end the class, I asked for the reflection. Yeah, there is also reflection tools in Canvas that student can type what are. I ask question: is there any material that you don't understand? So there is also reply, but only for few students. What I read after the class, only few students answered that, and they say they already understand all. But I think that's our we can have the responsibility to ask the student whether they understand material or not. And the last one is I give homework. So it is graded, and before the class I told them it is graded. And the homework is actually quite extensive homework. So again, through the Canvas, I give them this homework. And actually the question is more than this, not only 3 questions, I think about 5 or 6 questions. So they know that it is even more complex question for this audit class. But they know that after this class, they need to do this assignment. Okay, so that's the implementation for my active learning class in auditing class. And the review that I think that I can share it is about the first one is about the challenges. So I got the situation for accounting classes is not many students, so it's a small number of students. So the way they react and actively involved is sometimes is not that crowded as a big class because again only 7 students and it's not that much. And that's why I manage for the group discussion is in pair, not in group, because only small number of students. So that's one of the challenges. And another challenge is time management. As we know that 75 minutes, what we have to do in the 75 minutes. So you need to plan and design your lesson plan and what kind of activities within the 75 minutes. So you really need to keep your time. And the third one, again for the active learning, it needs extra preparation for the lectures because if we don't have prepare very well, so we can just have our lecturing maybe half of the time and doesn't have so many activities. And again, even the students need to prepare because we don't expect to deliver all the slides in 75 minutes. They have to know that. So they have to read if let's say if we have videos, that will be better. But at least for the slide, we have to give them so they know what exactly they will learn in that class. So they have to prepare it before the class. So that's why pre-class is actually important. Okay, now about the conclusion or the suggestion. I know that the active learning is about, we know that I also like want to keep applying the active learning, but again, we have to design the right activities for the right topics, because not all topics can be applied to all the activities. Let's say when I choose audit and I choose that topic, so that's why I can design those activities starting from role play and game and discussion and so on. But I think for my other accounting class, which has a lot of calculation, I cannot give that activities that much. Yeah, because most of the time, the students spend time to exercise, to practice for the calculation. So how can I give a role play? Maybe I cannot. Yeah. So it's very depend on what topics and what class. If you have so many calculations, then maybe you have to use another variety of assessment here. In Canvas, it is very useful for they already provide so many activities. I really take advantage of that, because not just for the essay, but also there's multiple choice, matching, and so on that can be also give to the students for variety of assessment. Yeah. Okay, and I also think that the use of Canvas is very helpful, is because they already remind us about in-class and post-class activities. And the other thing about variety, I already explained that. And the other thing about seating arrangement, there's also that I think maybe for the small class, it can be arranged not looking at the lectures, maybe arranged for the small circle, something like that. But again, yes, you have to prepare that before the class. Small circle for the groups. Maybe it will be more interactive. And the last one, maybe, yeah, because I didn't do that in that class, but I think that for the students, let's say that they are active at that day, or for the game, that the winner of the game, for example, I can give extra credit for them, and I better inform them so in the beginning, so they can be more active at that day. Okay. So I think that's all that I can share. So overall, that I think Active Learning Institute is very helpful for the lectures, and hopefully the next semester more lectures will be joining this program. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.